Hello, people. What's up? Welcome to the Snake Room on this lovely Wednesday evening. It's actually just started raining here, so I might get some of the boys in a bit later on. So who have we got? Ice Reptiles, evening. Morph Matrix. What's up, Tiberius? Luke Randall, evening, mate. TA Exotics, oi oi. So before we get into this, just a quick shout. If it's your first time on the Snake Room, please subscribe, give me a like, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Bit of interaction. Evening, Ewan. Just quickly, big shout out. Gav, Mike's in the way. Balls to you t-shirt. Thank you very much. Anyone else want to send me some t-shirts? I'm happy. Extra large at the minute. COVID hasn't been kind. Also, sticker shout outs. Arc Exotics. Thanks for the stickers. If you're not already, go and give him a follow. I'm pretty sure he's got loads of exotics. He's got praying mantises and all sorts. So let's get into it. Let's get the man, the myth, the legend on. How you doing, sir?
All right, mate, you?
Yes, I am very, very good.
Very nice.
Let me change that on here. Bang. Here we go.
Whoa.
Do that. Yeah.
It's all going on.
Yeah. Plenty of people in the comments. Good. I knew you were a big attraction. So I had to put on. Yeah.
I've got the comments on my phone. I can't see them on the screen here for some reason.
Are you not? Is there an option at the bottom somewhere? Or?
It says Mike, Cam, Mike, chat. Is that it?
Yeah, in this chat.
What will that just bring them up? Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
What have I done? Oh, yeah. I can't see us now, though.
Right. Okay.
Can you still see me?
I can still see you. Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. I've got the comments on my phone.
Wicked.
Oi, TA Exotics. Adam in the building.
Yeah. Your little skip friend.
Yeah. I'm having so much fun doing that with him.
Yeah.
I rang him up.
They sound so professional as well. Yeah.
I rang him up. I was like, go as harsh as you like, mate. I was like, which part of that did you actually mean and which didn't you mean?
I meant all of it.
Yeah. That's probably what it is.
So hopefully COVID is nearly done with and dusted.
Hopefully, and then we'll get a Donny show as well. I know you was talking about it on your today's podcast, which you talked about on your last week's podcast that didn't actually happen. Yeah.
So you've been Donny how many times now?
Once.
You've been Donny once?
Yeah, way before Stardom.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I've only been once. I don't know. I was never really interested in going, and then I was like, the only time I've been, it was my missus' birthday. I was like, I'll tell you what. I was like, I've booked us a really nice hotel, spa hotel, lovely swimming pool and that. And she was like, where is it? I said, Doncaster. I said, it's for your birthday, but the next day we're going to the reptile show, only because the hotel's near the reptile show.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, that's the only reason. But yeah, that's the only time I've been. That was the last one that was on, which was November 2019.
Okay, I think I went to the one in September 19.
Yeah.
Dropped a load of money and like I said, the first time I went, I wasn't allowed to buy anything.
Nah.
I was under strict instructions.
That's what I was like. I was under strict.
That's why the girl I was with is no longer my girlfriend.
Get out.
Yeah. Me and you ain't gonna work.
Yeah. To be fair, I was going there to pick one up that I'd already paid for.
Okay.
And then I did buy one other when I was there, even though I said I wouldn't. I did, but
it's hard not to. I mean, there's so many quality snakes on show.
Yeah, it's just all impulse buy as well, and it's.
Yeah. But then you say there's a load of quality snakes on show. I was speaking to someone the other day, like few people have like really good quality like displays.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just blah plus dubs.
Yeah.
Table.
Yeah.
Come on, put a bit.
I
of
know.
Bit,
I've actually got a funny story about that, Donny. Right? It's the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. So, about a week before, I had this phone call from a random number from a bloke in Newcastle.
Right.
And he was like, I've got your number from one of your mates who lives local to me that you got some sakes for sale. And I was like, I've actually got nothing for sale at the minute. And I was like, but whereabouts are you based? And he was like, Newcastle. And I was like, how far is that from Doncaster? And he was like, oh no, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. I was like, well, there's a reptile show on in Doncaster next weekend. And he's like, okay, cheers, mate. Hung up the phone. I messaged my mate saying, oh, I've just had some geezer ring me about snakes, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, he's sound. I was like, okay, fair enough. Forget about it. And I'm walking around Donny and I get a phone call from this bloke again. He's like, all right, mate, I'll be there in half hour. Can you come and meet me and come and show me and sort of help me out buy a snake? And I was like, yeah, all right, mate. He was like, you'll see me. I'm covered in tattoos. I've got a leather coat on. I was like, fucking hell. So me and my missus have gone and met him and he stood there with his bird. And I'm walking around Donny with him, just going over to all the tables and that. And mate, he looked dodgy as fuck. Like dodgy as fuck, right? So I'm like, we were getting dodgy looks. I was like, fucking hell, mate. Like, what is going on? So he buys a couple of snakes, ends up spending like a couple of grand at Donny.
Okay.
Right. And then leaves. And I was like, right, that's it. He texts me on the way home saying, cheers, mate, for your help, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, sweet. I rang my mate and I was like, who the fuck was that? I was like, he looked dodgy as fuck, mate. And he was like, oh, yeah, he's proper dodgy. He's like, he's got a few books out and that. He's done like podcasts and TV shows. His name's Chet Sandhu or something like that, right? And he was Europe's biggest drug smuggler or something, right? They used to call him the King of Karachi because he used to smuggle drugs into like the Middle East and everything. And he got caught in Spain and spent like 12 years in a Spanish prison. And now he's like an underworld fucking celebrity or whatever. And I was like, and I was walking around Doncaster Reptile Show with this bloke, no idea who he was. And then when I'd done like a bit of research afterwards, like, yeah, he's done like podcasts and written books and people thinking about making a film on him and that. I'm like, what the fuck?
What? That is crazy.
Most random thing ever. First ever time at Donny and I run into a drug smuggler.
Yeah. On your weekend away.
Yeah, on her birthday weekend. I was wondering why I was getting so many dodgy looks. How many people must have recognised him? Because he's been in like papers and everything. It's mental. Oh, yeah. So that was my first Donny experience. I met Chet Sandhu. I can't even say his name. Chet Sandhu. I think Tobias. That's how you spell it. Tobias has put it up.
Yeah, I'll get out. Yeah.
That's him. Google his name and you'll see everything. Honestly.
Yeah. That's why you're a superstar, mate. You're friends with the big guns.
Friends with gangsters, mate.
Yeah.
The most bizarre thing that could have ever happened to me, honestly.
Not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, exactly. I've still got his number on my phone.
That is proper random.
Mental. But yeah, that's my little story, so I'll let you carry on.
That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So I want to talk about obviously your rise to stardom. And that obviously propelled when you done 24-hour live.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Well, the live.
How did that all start? Like, was it just a random?
It was a random thought.
In the head.
Yeah, so I was doing the weekly Wednesday lives anyway on Instagram, just because we was all in lockdown, bored as fuck. I think Matt Cutter was doing Friday evenings, Marv was doing Saturdays, Cole from Buddha Pythons was doing Sundays, and I was like, I'll do a midweek madness, so I started that. And then I was like, I said to Steve and that, and I was like, maybe I was like, what do you reckon about going live for 24 hours on Instagram for charity? And they were like, that's just mental. And then I was like, yeah, no, you're right. That's actually harder than what it sounds. And then I was like, right, fuck it, I'll forget it. And then I was live on Instagram. I was like, oh, I'll just throw it out there. I was like, right, I've been thinking about going live 24 hours. And then it just spiraled from there. Within an hour, I had a date set up. People were already donating stuff, whatever. And I was just like, right, we're doing it then. Let's just do it. And it happened from an idea, and within 4 weeks, I was live for 24 hours.
Shit.
12.5 grand, and all the stuff is still sat in my house because we can't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's just it's shit the way that it happened. It took a couple of months for the hospital to agree for me to buy the stuff rather than give them the money. And then, so once they agreed, we went out and bought it all. And then we went into the tier system.
Yeah.
And obviously London were in a higher tier than what we were. The hospital wouldn't let us up there. Then over Christmas, they were going to have that 5-day break, weren't they? Mm-hmm. I was like, right, it'll be perfect to go up like the day before Christmas Eve, give all the kids the stuff and that, they'll love it for Christmas. And then obviously they announced that they weren't doing that 5-day break, and then we went into full lockdown Boxing Day, I think, wasn't it? Yes. And it's just been a ball ache since. So as soon as things ease off, my missus is going mad because we've got cupboards full of toys, we've got TVs in the living room, and my boys' room's full up with stuff. In my mum's house, it's full up with all the school stuff. So I want to give it to them because it's going to be nice, and all that hard work finally paid off. Yeah. But it's actually becoming a nuisance.
Yeah. So yeah, 24 hours was hard enough. Now you've got like a warehouse pretty much full of
basically just full of stuff. But I'm at that point. I'm like, I should have just given them the money. If I ever do it again, I'll just give them the money. There you go, take the money.
Would you ever do it again though?
Yeah, but I'd do it differently. I don't think it would work again. I think it was a one-off. It's one of them things. Is if I replicate it, it'll probably be boring. Even though like I had some top guests on there, and I think it'd be hard to top that. Like, true. I had to kick you off to get Justin on. So
yeah.
You're not going to kick me off tonight to get Justin on, are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that it can be replicated in that way. I'd have to go. We did have a plan. We planned to. A few of us. My idea was to ride a push bike from Edinburgh to Brighton. Not in 24 hours, however long it takes. But that's how we were going to do it. There's going to be like 4 or 5 of us. And then we would... No, all of us on bikes. Yeah, we was going to have Stuart Payne. We was going to hire like a mobile home. We was going to get Stuart Payne to drive that. And at night we'd stop, or when we need a break, we'd just stop and make a cup of tea and get our head down and that. But there was a bit of... clash of ideas of what we should and shouldn't do, and it's sort of still an idea at the moment. Whether we actually do it or not. That's a long fucking bike ride.
I thought you were passing the charity thing on this year. I thought someone else was going to do something. I thought that was
no. I mean, if I'm going to do it this time, I don't want to do it on my own because it was so much hard work.
Yeah.
I'd like to do it as a group of people and have other people that can take on messages as well as me, because my phone for 4 weeks was just mayhem. Yeah. Honestly, just mayhem. And it was doing my head in a bit. Especially when's the next 24-hour live going to be. Do you know what I've actually noticed as well now is that I don't know whether people have picked up on it or not, but people go live on like TikTok and that now for stupid amount of hours. So
really,
I tried finding out whether I don't think anyone would have ever done it before on Instagram. I'm not sure.
You might have a world record.
Might have. Yeah, I might have a world record.
Definitely check that out. I'll do some research later. I'll find out.
But I fucking loved that. I'd never ever just from an idea to raise 12.5 grand in 4 weeks was
It's insane.
Never.
Some animals going up for auction as well.
The amount of people that donated. I'm just grateful for everyone and everyone's support, and it was awesome. Got a free tattoo, and I actually done all right as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3 snakes so far given to me because of that. Gav said that he'll sort something out as well, which I don't expect anyone to do. Do you know what I mean? I weren't doing it for that. I weren't doing it for myself. I weren't doing it for the publicity for myself or anything. It was just an idea. No. Obviously, it did help me. Like to put my name out a bit, but that's not why I done it, because I never thought it would be that big. So I never took into consideration. Like overnight, in the whole 24 hours, I gained like 300 followers on Instagram. Really? It's pretty crazy, which is good for one night. It slowed down a bit afterwards, but
you didn't care. You were asleep, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I could have slept for days after that.
Like, how long did you actually sleep? Like when you got back to your house, I'm guessing.
To be fair, I think it finished at 12. I was home by 1, and then I woke up at about 8 o'clock at night to Darren Hughes ringing me. And then I think I got off the phone to him, went back to sleep, and woke up the next morning. But because although I was live for 24 hours, I was actually awake at 8 o'clock earlier than that, about 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was awake for longer than 24 hours. So
what made me laugh was when Darren left. He literally left 20 minutes before Justin came on.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even that. It was probably he dropped me off at the garage.
Dropped you off at the petrol station.
Yeah, brought the Red Bull, and as I was walking out the garage, Justin came on. So it was literally 5 minutes of that.
Yeah, I reckon Justin came on. He thought he'd come on the wrong way. He thought
he was like, "What have I done here?" I was like, "Oh." I messaged him the next day. I was like, "Look," I was like, "You came on at the wrong time. I really, really appreciate you coming on. Trust me, the rest of the 24 hours was quite professional. We were sat in my snake room, like in a clean environment, whatever. You caught me while I was walking down the street like a hood rat."
Pants around your ankles.
I was just like, he could not have come on at a worse time.
Yeah, the thing that you said earlier, you kicked me off for Justin. I was like, you actually asked me. It was like, I was
like, can I get Justin on?
Let me think about that.
No.
Hello. Yeah.
And then I remember Nerd came on, and that Kelly was on with me at the time, and she screamed and scared them off because they just disappeared, and I was like, all right.
I missed that. What time was that? Was that early? But I think I must have
probably
4 o'clock.
Probably about half an hour after I got back here from speaking to Justin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the highlight of the 24 hours?
Justin coming on? I'll say that was the biggest surprise.
Yeah.
What would the highlight have been? I don't know what the highlight was. I was just shocked that he came on. Brian came on. Billy. There was a few others that I'd asked to come on. And do you know what? I fucked up massively, right? So I was messaging. I was copying and pasting the whole messages from everyone.
Right. Okay.
And changing their name at the top because it was a long message. And I just sent one to Miguel and then got distracted and then copied and pasted it again and was messaging Garrick DeMeyer and forgot to change Miguel to Garrick.
Right.
And then I was looking through and I was like, why haven't I got a reply from him yet? Because everyone else had sort of seen it or replied or whatever. And I looked and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, whatever. But you know, a lot of people did get back to me,
Yeah.
and a few of them came on. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Wicked.
Enjoyed it. It was good. It was good.
So I want to talk about something you talked with Tom. Right.
Yeah.
The boxing thing.
The boxing.
Yeah.
So that's another charity idea that we've sort of. So I've always said it, like it'd be good to have a fucking punch up. Everyone who's got problems with each other, just get in there, beat the shit out of each other for 6 minutes, like 3 2-minute rounds, and then it's done. And then it was actually Mark George from MSG Royals messaged me saying, I think you could set up a charity boxing match. And then I put a post on Facebook, and yeah, everyone sort of like was game for it. I probably could get it set up. I know some people in like the boxing world, and yeah, I think it'd be good. Set it up.
I've got a little take on this, right? When you were speaking about it, I had an idea, right? Because people are whinging. No, he's bigger than me. I'm not fighting him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scrap the boxing, wrestling, Royal Rumble.
Wrestling. The Royal Rumble.
Yeah. 1 to 30. Every 30 seconds, someone else comes in.
That'd be quite good.
Over the top rope.
Like tag teams and shit.
You could do.
That'd be quite good, actually.
Yeah.
I was never massively into wrestling as a kid.
Oh, was you not?
No.
No, you're younger than... How old are you?
26.
Yeah. Wrestling was shit then, anyway. Yeah. You missed the best bits. Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin and all that.
Yeah. I remember Steve Austin. My cousin, they live about half hour away from me, but I always remember as a kid, we used to go out there and stay, and their next door neighbours had like a full-size wrestling ring in their garden.
Really? Shit.
Yeah, and they used to like put on like events and that, and they'd be around there just... I remember they put out like a table, and one of them was laying on the table, and they'd drop from the ropes, and carnage, mate. I always remember that.
Okay, Adam's come up with a name. Look at this. Check this out.
Reptile Mania. Yeah, that would be good.
Yes, that's wicked. Like you say, in the middle of Doncaster as well.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Middle of Donny.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like a massive event. So like, there could be wrestling events, there could be boxing events.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we could do mud wrestling for the girls.
Yeah.
Do it those sumo suits. Yes.
Sumo wrestling on the go.
Yeah, we just have some like just have a laugh.
Yeah.
Nothing malicious, just everyone get in and a few broken noses and that, whatever. Be alright.
Yeah. All friends at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting anyone, but who's like sumo size that we could actually,
Sumo size. Who's the fattest bloke? Or woman? I could get myself in trouble here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't say anything. That's why I put the question out to you.
No comment.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in with the mud wrestling. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We get the girls mud wrestling.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, definitely get a few more at Doncaster for that sort of event.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, whatever, people who want to take it maliciously, we can, like I said with Tom, we can set up a few hay bales and that. Bit of bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle in the car park.
In the car park, yeah.
Yeah.
Like gypsies.
Toby, more fight checks. Who would you want to fight?
Who would you want to? Who would I want to fight?
No, I'm talking Toby and Morph Matrix. So.
Yeah.
Who would you want to fight?
I think I know the answer to that one.
No one springs to mind. Who
would I want to fight?
Yeah, if you had your chance, who would you want to fight?
Me. If I could pick anyone in the reptile community, there's a few people that I would love to punch in the mouth. But number one, I'm going to say it, Richard Barrow. Predator BP. Bucket. Let's have it.
It's out there. It's out there. Let's get it sorted.
Richard, let's set it up, mate.
Yeah.
It's all for charity.
Exactly.
I know he's done like a bit of kickboxing and that before.
Has he? Are you being serious?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
From the posts he's posted in the past when I used to follow him.
Okay. And he never lies, no?
Nah, not as far as I know. Try not to lower the tone on your podcast.
Yeah,
sorry, mate.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Yeah, great. Come on mine, and I'm going to be banned next week.
You're doing nothing. Shut your fucking mouth.
Oh shit!
Who the fuck is this guy?
Let's talk snakes. I think.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, but the offer's out there anyway.
The offer's there.
Yeah. So, how did you get started?
So I was always like into reptiles, but my mum would never let me have them because she's fucking scared. She's actually scared of snakes, believe it or not. Even though these snakes are in her house now, she's scared of them.
Yeah.
But when I was about 15, she let me have a bearded dragon, and I had him for a few years. And then I'd done animal care at college, and I used to love being in like the reptile bit, but like everything in there weren't like morphs. It was all normal because it was all wild type stuff. So they had like a few normal royals, loads of other stuff like wicked reptiles and that. So I used to love that. And then my missus got pregnant. She got scared and thought that all reptiles have salmonella. I came home from work that one day. She'd sold my bearded dragon. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, mate?" Right, and then I kept saying to her, I was like, "I really want a snake." And then local breeders, you obviously know Jay that done the 24-hour, sat round here with me. So he only lives around the corner. Their page popped up on my Facebook one day, and I was seeing all these morphs. I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what are they?" And then so I started looking into it, and I was like, "Oh, I'd love one of them." And then it sort of passed, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll get a corn snake."
Right. Yeah.
So I got a corn snake. My missus was at work one day, and I was like, I messaged her saying I'm on my way to pick up a snake. She was like, "You better fucking not be." I was like, "No, I am. I'm going to pick up a snake right now." And I told the kids, I was like, "Let's go and get a snake." And they were like, yeah, let's go do it. So she came home from work, I had a whole viv set up, fucking corn snake, the lot. And then I was like, "What, I want a royal." And then at the time, I liked the look of the morphs, but I was just like, I wanted a normal.
Yeah.
I was just like, I like the look of the normals. They look fucking wicked. So, and at the time, I couldn't process through my mind how much these morphs were compared to the normal that was like 30 quid. And I was like, well, what's the difference sort of thing? It might look a bit nicer, but it's just a pet to me. So I got the normal, and then, had that for a while. Then the next snake I bought was from J&S. I actually ended up messaging them, and it was a pastel lesser male. And then I bought an entry from them, and then and at this point I had no plan to breed.
Yeah.
Then I got a lesser B male, who was a breeder male, and I went and picked it up from a guy called Danny Mead in Portsmouth. Real nice guy. I think it's D&H Royals. And then when I saw all of his setup, and I'd seen like Jay and Steve's, I was like, fucking hell, like seeing all these snakes and that, I was like, this looks wicked. So I started looking more and more into breeding and that. And then I got an adult female. I was looking into breeding, but still no intention of breeding. So I bought an adult female pastel, who I've still got now.
Yep.
And so I started doing loads and loads of research, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to breed them. And I had the pastel lesser male there, and I had the lesser B. The lesser B was proven breeder, and then I started looking, I was like, oh, queen bees, and I was like, oh, I want to hit them and whatever. So I paired them up, and that was my first ever clutch, was lesser B to pastel. That was
3 years ago, right?
so I paired them in 2018.
Yeah.
And then she laid 2019 April time, I think it was.
Yeah.
She laid 11 eggs. No, 10 eggs, 2 slugs. She laid. That's what she laid. And then last year she laid 11 eggs and 2 slugs. And yeah, so I built my own incubator, small one, not the one that I've got here now, and I lost 5 eggs in incubation.
Really? Shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I knew I'd done something wrong. I weren't sure what, but I'd obviously done something wrong. And then the last 5 hatched out. I actually went on holiday, and all the research I had done had told me that they won't pip until day 60.
Right.
For everywhere I looked, it was day 60. So I was like, right, they'll be fine. I went on holiday. I came back on day 53. And the first thing I'd done was, right, I'm going to go and check my eggs. And they'd all pipped and come out.
Shit, man.
Yeah. So I weren't sure if it was that day or a couple of days before. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So whether I had my temps too high or whatever, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was my first ever clutch. That was, 2019. And then it's sort of, at that time, by that point, by the time they had hatched, I'd probably, because I didn't, like I see some people, they go out there buy their first snake and within 6 months they've got about 30 snakes. It weren't like that for me. I was sort of, had a few as pets, and then I decided to do breeding, and then I slowly added. It's only really been this year that I've grown more, because I've got more holdbacks than I did the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of found the direction that I wanted to go with my breeding. So just buying more projects in and whatever.
Yeah, that's ridiculously so similar to how I got started as well. It's crazy. My mum wouldn't allow any reptiles in the house. I wanted to be a dragon. I think I was 15 for my birthday. I went to the pet shop. I bought everything. I had like calcium under my bed ready when I left home. So I had everything. I had the Viv, like the flat pack Viv under my bed ready when I left home. And then I left home, and I finally got a bearded dragon. I had one for about 4 years, I think. And then the only reason I went and got a snake was because I was scared of them. And I ended up getting a corn snake. And then within 2 hours, I was like, I need something bigger.
Yeah.
I was with my missus then, so it took about 4 months to convince her to let me. I think I had to like plead on my birthday to let me buy this. So I went out. I got this snake because the corn snakes are cool to begin with, but they just you put them on your hands and they just want to leave.
Gone, yeah.
And they're rapid, and I lost mine under the fire. But it was like I lost it through the fireplace, through the wall, and it turned up 4 months later down like 40 houses down the road.
Really? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it crossed the road and everything. It was ridiculous.
Fucking hell.
It like popped up behind someone's radiator. I got a Castle to begin with, which I was told was a firefly, which was a load of bullshit. From someone local to me. Yeah. I got that, and then about 3 years later, that was a male, and then about 3 years later, I got a second one, which was a lemon blast female.
Yeah.
So I had to wait. We'll get onto that. I had to wait such a long time to, like you say, I wasn't even looking at breeding. I was just a couple. I really wanted a banana at the time.
So did I. Now I don't like banana.
Yeah. Banana's like, yeah. I don't mind having I've got like a couple in my collection, but if you go have too many, then it's in everything.
Yeah, especially with like the whole sex linking and all that. Yeah.
But no, I had to wait a few years for my first clutch, which I didn't know was coming, and then the day before I'm going to the States, eggs.
Really?
I've got no incubator or anything. Like, I'm like,
Fucking hell.
fuck. So I had to get one of the like, what you call them, the tubs, the cooler
Yeah.
boxes. Luckily, I had a heat mat to fit right perfectly in the bottom. And I set it up. I was checking the temperatures every couple of hours, and I was like looking at my watch, going, "I've got to get on a flight soon." And like literally, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to leave him. What will be, will be."
Yeah.
And then I think 5 out of 8 survived. But back to what you said, like when all yours didn't survive, I'm pretty sure most people fuck up first time they're incubating.
Yeah, first ever time. Yeah, they must do.
It's so worrying.
Yeah.
You know, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right?
I don't think it helped. I was probably in there all the time checking them. Like,
Exactly.
my egg's all right. And now I've just learnt to just leave them alone.
Yeah.
And it's sort of...
I won't look at mine until at least day 45.
Yeah, just leave them be, like, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's all I do now. But it's like, with the whole breeding and that, I think the reason why my missus was a bit thingy about it at first, when I was getting more and more, I've had so many hobbies in my life, and I go all out on it. Not all out, but like, I get into it, and then I give up. And I think it probably took her about... What's that?
You like to waste money.
Yeah, basically. And I think it probably took her about a year and a half to sort of realise that I was serious about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, same with my mum and that. Like, they probably didn't think it was going to... And then I was like, Mum, can I rent that bedroom? What for? Snakes. And she's like, okay.
So do you still pay your mum rent for the room?
Yeah. Yeah, I pay her rent for this room. This was years ago in one of my bedrooms. It was my bedroom.
Yeah.
When we first moved in here, and then I had another bedroom swapped around.
Yeah.
And when I obviously moved out, this was actually just used as a storage room. And I was like, oh, in the smaller room next door, I was in there actually at first, which is like a little utility room. And then I was coming in here and I was like, I could fit all of that in that little room. I know I can. And my mum was like, all right then. So now I'm in here and building the new facility.
Yeah.
So
what other hobbies did you have?
So I used to be into boxing.
Right. Okay.
What else have I done? Football. I bought a half-built mountain bike once and decided I was going to do downhill biking. Bought bits for it, and then they just stayed in the shed until my missus was like, "Are you going to use these?" And no. Got into BMXing once, broke my elbow, and then gave it up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, literally one accident. Quite a few little things.
Yeah.
I just get into hunting. I know I'm an animal lover, but I used to like a bit of hunting. I live in the countryside and that, and it's like the norm around here to go ferreting and that.
Okay, My brother likes hunting, but he lives in New Zealand, so yeah.
Yeah, but like we'd go hunting for like food. We'd eat it like rabbits and that, and shooting, and so like at one point I had ferrets, like loads of ferrets, fucking all the gear for hunting.
As pets. As
pets, but for hunting. So the ferrets would be
down the holes.
Yeah, so they go down the hole. Ferret goes down the hole, chases the rabbit out into the net.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I had all of that, and then I sold the ferrets. And that's what I mean. So I was constantly just going through hobbies, and then when I got into snakes, it took a while to convince my family how serious I was about it, sort of thing.
They just thought it was going to go the same way as the rest.
Yeah, even like mates at work and that, they're like, oh, another hobby. And then, and because I've stuck at it, people actually know that I'm serious about it. So
you just completely reminded me. Like I completely forgot. I actually own ferret. I had 2 albino ferrets.
Really?
I completely forgot. It was about 15 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, but the only thing, I had a flat at the time, so I had to keep them indoors.
Yeah.
Fucking smell, man.
No, I wouldn't keep them indoors. They stink.
Yeah.
But mine were like pretty chilled as well. Like, I used to roll around with them on the floor. I used to be able to put my finger in their mouth, and they're like little puppy dogs. And I used to play with them, and they used to jump. They used to jump about like. And then one of them sort of started turning a bit nasty after it had been hunting a few times. It sort of gained back its natural instinct, sort of thing. And was a bit nippy. But yeah, I ended up selling them and coming away from that. But yeah, it's hobbies. Even now, I was walking past a skate park the other day. I was like, I might get a BMX again. I set up a six-a-side football team a couple of years ago. Went down there twice, and then I was like, nah, I don't like this.
Forget it. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, it's cold out there, you know.
Yeah. And I was just like, mate, for six-a-side football, these guys were rough. And I was like, I've got to earn a living. If I snap my ankle over a stupid six-a-side game, then so I gave that up. Pretty sharpish. I used to like boxing, and then I used to break my ribs sparring, and my nose is fucked up. So
that's a good look on you. Yeah.
Yeah, just squash. Fucked.
So when was the like big jump of going from like a few to a lot? Because how many have you got in a minute?
Last count up was 57.
Right.
But I've cut down because obviously that's including hatchlings, and I've sold a lot this year. Yeah. I think at one point I was sitting around 80 odd. But I've sold a few like sub-adults that I decided I don't need now. But yeah, so when did it... I don't know really. It has been a gradual progress for me. It's not been 1 to 50 in a matter of months. It has been over a few years. So, but yeah, this year's been the year where I've bought a lot more this year. But that's because I've decided it was after my first season, I was like, right, I can breed. Anyone can breed. You can pair 2 snakes together, but like I had 3 clutches my first year. After that first, because I bought another couple of females, and I was like, right, I'm going to do it. Give it a go. So yeah, after the first year, and I had some success, and I was like, right, this year I'm going to do things slightly different, but at least I know I can do it. I can sort of whatever, you can pair snakes, get eggs, incubate the eggs, feed the hatchlings, get them feeding, sell them on. So, and then that's when I was like, right, I need to find a direction, because I felt like I'd just done them pairings just to prove that I could do it.
Yeah.
So I really liked Desert Ghost. Couldn't find visuals anywhere at the time. Yeah. So I bought a het male, started pairing him to a couple of females. Then I found a visual male, just single gene. He paired to one of my females last year. And you couldn't find het females anywhere. Like, just couldn't find them. So I was like, right, I'll make poss hets and hets. And then even now... What's that?
Because I bought them all.
Yeah. Like, even now, I have people messaging me all the time saying, have you got any Desert Ghost females or het females?
Yeah,
like, good luck. I had someone message me the other day saying, have you got any sub-adult Desert Ghost females? No chance. But, yeah, so obviously I decided to go the route Desert Ghost. But yeah, and sort of found my direction, and now that's all I've invested in whichever way I'm going to go.
Yeah, did you do the whole just buying for buying as well, buying for buying stakes thing? Because I know I did that.
Did at the beginning, yeah, I suppose I did, because I bought like my breeder females. I got 2 pastels, a lesser. Because I got the lesser because I wanted to make blue-eyed Lucies. Yeah. And then I bought a small collection of someone, 3 adult females, an Enchi, a yellow belly, and a pastel.
Okay.
Got them home. Only the pastel was female. This guy disappeared off the face of the earth, which was one of my first rookie mistakes, sort of thing, not doing my research and whatever. This was back when everyone was selling snakes on Facebook, before all the rules came in. Yeah, like literally fucking wankers on Facebook. So, you had all the pages where people were constantly selling snakes, and, it was allowed then.
Yeah.
So there was no real vet checks. It didn't really go on Morph Market because Facebook was there. It was easier to message people and whatever. Drove to Dartford to pick these snakes up. Got them home. Let them settle in, whatever. Then I sexed them, and only... to be fair, I didn't bother checking the Enchi because he told me she was a proven breeder. But when I put one of my males in and they're lashing about, I start to question it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I double checked, and the Enchi was male, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So... Yeah,
so it wasn't a case of he made a mistake, he proper fucked you over then?
Yeah, he lied and told me it was a proven breeder. The yellow belly was young, apparently, because it was small for a female, and I started to question that, and it was male. So yeah, I think the Enchi went across the pastel in the end, and I had a clutch of 8 out of her.
Yeah.
And who did I speak to about? But literally within days of hatching, the whole clutch died.
Shit.
Day by day, they were just dying in the shedding out box. So they were in their shedding out tub. And not a single egg lasted a week. Not a single snake. So they hatched, and I just put that down to. At first, I was like, right, I've done something wrong again. And then I was just like, I can't have, because they've hatched, but they were just... So I put it down to just being something genetic that's fucked up somewhere, because for the whole clutch to die was a bit fucking like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the third clutch from my first season was... I paired... What did I pair? The Enchi to the lesser, and... Because at that time I sort of had plans to do that, hold a few back, and then sort of go for like super Enchi, pastel lessers and all that.
Yeah.
And she laid 3 eggs. 2 the veins were shit. The 1 egg incubated all the way through and hatched, and it was a normal.
Oh.
So, yeah, my first season didn't go great. Second season went okay. It went all right. Other than the first clutch where I got like 11 eggs. 1 went bad within a week, actually. It had no veins and just didn't last. But 10 on a desert goes to pastel pairing to hold back as many pastel females as I could. And I hit 7 normals and 3 pastels, and all 3 pastels were male. So it was like the whole clutch was a waste. But I had 6 females in the clutch, but they were all normal. So I've sold 5 of them. I've kept 1. But yeah, that's it. That was that.
How many clutches did you do last year?
5.
5.
Yeah, so it's not like I took a massive leap and went 3 to 10. It's 3 to 5, and then this year so far, I've done 1, 2, 3. No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only paired 7 this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
I could have around 10 if the girls get up and whatever, but I've just slowly... It's a slow progression for me. I didn't want to rush it, and
that seems like a decent progression, numbers year by year.
Yeah. But next year will be quite I should have like another... But I'm selling some of my adult breeders this year after they've laid, like the single gene stuff. So next year my clutch numbers still won't be any higher. It'll just be better quality animals.
Powerful.
Yeah, taking the place of the single genes that I've got in there. So that's the way I'm going to do it.
What was it? One of your last clutches last year? Was it you didn't know if they were ghost or something?
Oh, the albinos, yeah. So that was a double het to double het albino ghost, and 6 eggs. I hit 4 visuals.
Yeah.
And there's a guy, they're called Sunglows, and there's a guy that works with them, and he's 1,000,000% adamant that they all 4 were double visual albino ghost. But I've never hatched an albino before. I've never hatched an albino ghost. So the ones I've sold as albino, but it could be a ghost. Pair it to a ghost, and if you have a clutch full of ghosts, then you know it's ghost. Whatever. The minimum it'll be is albino, or it could be an albino het ghost, or it could be an albino ghost. But I know 1,000,000% it's an albino. That's all I'm going to sell it as. So, yeah.
Yeah. So how many of them have you kept back?
1. I was going to keep 2. I fucked up. So I supplied a local pet shop with royals, and I was giving him like normals and pastels and Mojaves, and I was like, I want him to have something nice in the shop, because when they sell on, he gives them my details. So I thought that could be future custom sort of thing. They could go, oh, I bought a snake from this shop, I was told you bred it, whatever, and they could come back to me for future. So I was like, well, I want him to have something nice in there. So I was like, well, I'll give him one of the Sunglows or albinos, whatever.
Yeah.
And so because had no idea what I was doing with any of them, I was going to hold them all back. So I never labelled the tubs up on them. I just knew that they're my snakes, whatever. I know there's 2 males and 2 females.
Yeah.
So before I went down the shop, I quickly sexed them, and I was going to take them a male. And then quickly sexed them, right, that one's male, that one's female, right, put that one back, that one in there, down to the shop, dropped it off, along with like 3 others. There you go. It weren't until like a few days later, I was rearranging the hatchling rack, because I'd sold a few, whatever, a few had gone to the pet shop. And I was like, right, I'm going to label up my albinos now. So, because I was going to sell the other female and a male. So I sexed them all. I've got 2 males here. Why have I got 2 males here? And I've only got 1 female. And I was like, fuck's sake. So I messaged the pet shop. I was like, look, it's my fault. That's not a male, it's a female. I don't want her back. Whatever, just keep it. So yeah, now, and then I sold the other female, and I thought I'll keep a male, and I've still got 1 male left for sale. So
okay.
But yeah, that was. Did you hit albino ghost? So apparently I hit 4 out of a het to het pairing.
He's not paying attention, is he?
What?
We've just had this conversation.
Who? Toby? Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, that's the conversation. He must have drifted off quickly. Apparently, so there's a guy. Like I said, there's a guy that breeds them and hatches Sunglows every year, and I've sent him multiple photos as they've aged as well. So before I sold them, I sent him photos again. Like, look, are they still Sunglows or are they just albinos? He was like, 1,000,000% all still Sunglows. I was like, right, sweet. But I still sold them as albino because that's just something that could come back. Someone's going to have a bonus if it is ghost. Yeah, but if it isn't, then it comes back on me and whatever. You could tell they're albino because they're fucking albino. But like the ghost, I couldn't be 100%. And because there's no pattern on an albino shed, well, like there is on a ghost, I couldn't tell that way. Yeah. So, yeah.
So that was your last hatchlings of last season?
No. So the last clutch was Firefly, Spider, Mojave, Het Desert Ghost to Pastel. I've still got a couple left here, to be fair. But yeah. There's some that have been problem feeders since day one, so they're not going anywhere until they're fully established.
Do you buy your own in frozen? Or... Yeah.
I started breeding, but then I moved house.
Yep.
So I set up only 5 tubs just so I could have live for hatchlings and whatever. And then we was moving house, so I got rid of them.
Were you doing rats or ASFs or
rats? Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, that was
Is that in the plans? I know you're building your new facility. Is that in the plans for when that's all set up? Would you go back
It is, but I want to do it away from home.
Okay.
So me and a mate were going to rent out a unit and breed together and help feed both collections, but do it on a bigger scale, so that we can.
When your mum's room be empty by then.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be happy with rats being in it.
Yeah, no doubt.
She definitely won't be happy with that.
So you were looking at renting a place and
Yeah, so our lockup is at work. There's a unit that's coming free in the future, which is quite a big unit. I could probably breed on an industrial scale if I wanted to. But then I'd have to get like registered and whatever. So if it goes ahead, yeah, there's not many places. I messaged a few places, like, oh, can I rent this unit? What do you want to rent it for? So I breed snakes and I want to breed rats to feed my snakes. I even put on Facebook, like I was completely honest. I was like, is there any units around that I could rent to explain that I breed snakes and I want to breed rodents for my snakes? Evening, Carl. Yeah. And someone put on there, you do realise it's illegal to feed live vertebrae to reptiles. I was just put, for one, when did I say I was feeding live? And two, it's not illegal. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? I just said I breed snakes. Do you think I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
When it comes to the rodent side of things. So yeah, she got told to get fucked, and my post got removed from the group.
I did it. Shit.
Yeah.
Raffled a few feathers.
Yeah, all the activists probably, animal lovers.
Yeah. So where did your love of pinstripe come from?
My love of pinstripe. Now I had a male spider pinstripe cinnamon fire.
Yeah.
And I bought him to pair to my cinnamon last year, purely to make super cinnamons. Mm-hmm. Ignoring the fact there was pinstripe in there and whatever. To be fair, I bought him as a cinnamon spider pinstripe, no fire. Okay. And yeah, so I was just like, paired him once, nothing happened, took him out, put him back in his tub, ended up selling him. Because I was like, I don't really want pinstripe in my collection anyway. Because I don't know where the hate from it come from. It was just one of those that messes up the pattern so much. And I don't know, it's just a dark gene, messy.
You're ruffling some feathers again.
Yeah. It's just, there's some combos that you could have layers of genes that look really nice and you add pinstripe and pinstripe just washes everything out and ruins it. And it's just one of them genes that just fucks me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, I paired him to her, sold him on, changed up her pairing, and she was paired to the Firefly Mojave Spider Het Desert Ghost for the rest of the season. I missed her ovulation. I came in on I think it was on the Friday, she was nesting. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't record sheds unless I know they're pre-lay sheds. So I didn't record her last shed. So I was like, right. So I picked her up and I could see lumps down her belly. I was like, fuck, yeah. She's close to laying. Yeah. Left her. I came in on the Sunday. So that was the Friday. On the Sunday, she had laid. Yep. They go in incubator. I completely forgot at this point that I had paired the cinnamon pinstripe fucking shitty thing to her. And the eggs pipped. So I cut. As soon as they pip, I cut. And the first one I cut was super cinnamon. And I just went, fuck, I've got a whole clutch of pinstripes now, haven't I? But yeah, no, there were some nice snakes in the clutch. Even the ones with pinstripe. The nicest one in there was a cinnamon pinstripe fire, which was really nice. It was, it had a nice dorsal stripe all the way down, unbroken. Some nice messed up pattern up the sides, and it was nice. The three genes worked really well together. and then there was two that were like exact replicas of Dad, but they just look so messed up where the pinstripe just ruins it for me. So yeah, that's why I don't like pinstripe.
We all have our opinions. I mean, we all have. Everyone has at least one gene. You're like, nah, leave that well alone.
Yeah.
But like, pinstripe does work in some genes, like
in recessives, Pied. And only recessives. Pied, Clown, and Desert Ghost.
Right. Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
I've seen it in hypo, and it looks shit.
Right.
No offense to anyone, but Exantic pinstripe, Exantic is just up there with pinstripe for me.
Is it really? Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone because I know there's people out there, there's snakes of their pride and joy, and their genes are. If someone slagged off Desert Ghost, I wouldn't care, so I'm going to say it. Even the Exantic Desert Ghost was very underwhelming for me.
Really? Okay.
Very underwhelming.
When it first came out of the egg, I saw it. I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot more dark than what I thought it would.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe the Desert Ghost is just going to help. Because Exantics, in all fairness to them, they look great as babies.
Mm-hmm.
And then they brown out. And I can't tell the difference between a normal and an adult Exantic. I really can't. All that work into a recessive is pointless to me. Unless like genes have to make a real impact for me to really pay attention. Pinstripe makes too much of an impact.
Yeah, I can
and
see
that's what I think. Desert Ghost is just pops and you're like, wow, every time you see a Desert Ghost. Some people don't get that reaction, but the same as some people might look at Exantic and go, oh, I love that, and I go, give your head a wobble. What's wrong with you? Let's stay with it.
Yeah. I do like the MJ line in Exantic. I do like, obviously, the Lightning Pieds.
The Lightning Pieds, I think the first time I saw that was on a Brian Barczyk video, and he'd gone to Marcus Jane. And I saw the Lightning Pied then, and I was like, wow, that's really nice. It was grown on as well, so it looked really nice.
Yeah.
So, I assume that was the MJ line of Exantic, but other lines of Exantic in that I've seen that have browned out really badly as adults, and they just don't don't do it for me, unfortunately.
What does that? You've am I right in saying you've just got into puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
In a way? Yeah,
in a way, no visual. I've got a pastel het male, but I'm just going to pair him to a few females and hold all the females back.
Everything back. Yeah.
I'll pair him to the pastel Desert Ghost and hold everything back, even the males, and just take my chances. I like a little gamble, so it could pay off big time. But like, if I pair him to just a couple of other females, I'll only hold the females back. I wish exactly. Yeah, so do I. They look nice as babies. Apparently, the MJ Exantic don't brown out. Yeah, see, that's what I've seen from the photos. Where was I? Yeah, so...
Yeah.
So I was listening to a podcast ages ago. I think it was Sean Bradley and bullshit. And he was saying because he founded Puzzle, and when he first produced Puzzle, obviously it's called Puzzle because they had no clue what was going on, because it puzzled them. It's like a puzzle. They couldn't figure out what was going on. When he was selling visuals and he was saying people couldn't afford a visual, he would say to them, buy a het male, pair it to fucking everything, hold back all them females. He said that's the way that they used to do it. People now are too much in a rush to... The thing is, to me, if I bought a visual puzzle male and paired it to a pastel female, just straight pastel female, the only difference is I know everything is het puzzle. So if I hold back the females, I know they're going to make puzzles. By using a het, I just don't know which ones are going to be het. But some of them, technically 50%, should be het.
Yeah.
So, you know, I could hold them back, and if I don't hit it, I haven't lost anything. If I hit it, do you know what I mean? I've paid a fraction of the price for a het puzzle male than what I would for a visual. I'm still going to hit the same end goal in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Because I'd pair the visual puzzle to a pastel this year, yeah? In 3 years, I've still got to wait 3 years' time for them females to grow up. So whether they're 100% het or 50% het, it's still going to be 3 years till I hit a visual. So I'm not going to get there any quicker by spending $4,000 on a visual puzzle now, when I can fraction of the price buy a het and still get into the same project in the same amount of time. Yeah, that's just the way I look at it.
One way of looking at it, yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, you have more holdbacks.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when and if you hit a puzzle, if I put into fucking 4 females, say, and on average, say if I had 4 5-egg clutches, there's maths 20 in it, yeah, 20, 20 eggs, say half of them, that's 10 females to hold back, say half of them prove out, hit puzzle, so I'd only need 10 spaces in my racks, say half of them prove out, that's 5 females that prove out, and if, you know, I've got 5 chances, I've actually got 10 chances of hitting puzzles. But if only half of them prove out, I've got 5 chances of hitting puzzles in 3 years' time. That's just the way I look at it.
Makes the head cutting a hell of a lot more exciting as well, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, and if I had 100, if I paired het to het, all right, I could still miss, but I know if I see a puzzle, I'm going to be, oh, all right, I've hit a puzzle. But if it's a 50% het and I hit a puzzle, I'm going to be like, fucking hell, I've hit a fucking puzzle. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to be more exciting when they do hatch, because it's the unknown that I like. I like the unknown.
That's that Matt Cutter luck, that is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. But and then, yeah, you've got that luck, but he paired them knowing that there's a chance he could hit. When you're pairing knowing, all right, there's a chance you could hit, but there's also a chance nothing could happen, then I think that'll be more exciting for me. For me, anyway. People might not agree. That's what will make it exciting.
Yeah. That's an exciting way to do it, especially because it's not your main project as well. It's a bit of a side project.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, it's going to be a side project.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you make HDG. Yeah. And then anything on the side is, you know, just a...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. Absolutely. Is there anything you don't have in your collection that you are looking to add?
Probably Confusion. What's next? Probably Confusion or Cypress.
Yeah, Cypress is a big one for me.
Or actually, I wouldn't mind Blackhead.
It's getting so much more popular now.
Because Blackhead Desert Ghost is really nice. Yeah. I like the dark Desert Ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm sort of going that route now.
I saw a black pastel Desert Ghost the other day in the flesh.
Yeah, in the flesh.
Yeah.
See, have you seen the Orange Dream Cinnamon Desert Ghost?
Don't think I have, no.
If not, I'll send you a photo afterwards, but it's fucking really, really nice. So, I've got an OD het male, I've got a straight cinnamon female, I've paired them this season to hit POS hets. So, any female that's an OD cinnamon, or even whatever, if it's just a cinnamon, I don't really want single genes in the racks anymore, but, you know, in 3 years' time, alright, it's still 3 years away, but it's again POS hets that could prove out. How much would you pay for a cinnamon OD 100% het female? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stupid money.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I've got an OD male, I've got a cinnamon, I can make POS hets. For what? One season she's going to be used to make POS hets? no brainer. When they prove out, I'm a winner, chicken dinner, baby.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
I like possets.
You can't find. I think I looked the other day and there was maybe one female desert ghost on Wolf Market. That was it.
And I bet it went up there long.
Well, like I said, I checked the other day. Probably if I checked again now, it probably wouldn't
I'd
be
be surprised if it's still there, yeah.
And that was in Europe as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd struggle to get them from Europe. And even the thing is now with Brexit and that and getting snakes from Europe, it's just going to be whatever. I don't know.
It's going to be shit.
That's why some people last year were like, oh, you're just making possets. Yeah, and?
Yeah.
Go and find me some het female desert ghosts. Het female? Het desert ghost females. Go and find them. Because if you find them, I'll buy some. But you can't find them. So I've got a het male here. I had the visual desert ghost, but it was pointless for me to put him to single gene females. I put him to one, but it was pointless to put him to multiple because then I'm just stuck with more single genes that are 100% het. Whereas I had the Firefly Spider Mojave, so he had 4 genes and he was 100% het. Now I can just make really nice possets. So even if they don't prove out, they're still going to make nice offspring. There's still something nice to look at in the racks because there's the multiple genes in there. So that's why I made the possets instead of using a visual and making 100% hets.
When you first got started, was there like one thing you looked at online and said, I have to make one of them?
Yes, and I am currently halfway. I've bought stuff halfway to make it.
Okay.
Which it's been done before. The first time I saw it was a couple of years ago, and it's a Enchy Leopard Highway. This thing is insane.
Okay.
So I've got a highway. I've got a Phantom Spider Pastel Highway.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just bought a Leopard Yellow Belly female for him. So that's a couple of years away yet. That gets the Leopard in. I'll get the Enchy in at a later date. But my plan is, I saw that and I was like, I need to make that. And then I sort of got into the Desert Ghost side of things and lost sight of that. Mm-hmm. And then I thought I could make that and then add Desert Ghost.
Yeah.
So that's my plan. That's a side project though. That's not...
Yeah.
I'm not really pushing too much into that because the thing is, getting Desert Ghost into a highway project is like a whole new double recessive. Especially when you don't know, it's like you're playing with fucking possets because you don't know which is which and whatever. But if you have got a yellow belly het Desert Ghost and a gravel het Desert Ghost, it's like a double recessive because you've got to hit the Desert Ghost and the highway. It's like a whole new double recessive, and it's pain in the arse really. So yeah, it's something that I want to do, but I'm not going to be pissed off if I don't.
Yeah, mine was like. What was mine? GHR Mojave banana. That's what I want to make.
Yeah.
I sort of got distracted with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But then she might be ready. I've got a GHR Mojave who might be ready this year, but I've got a banana clown pastel possible motley growing up. So that will probably be next year. And it could be a het clown as well. So
that'll be good.
Sort of worked out quite well, really.
That'll be good, especially because I like GHI in clown as well.
Yeah.
So just by making the hits there.
Paul's done a lot of that this last year, was it?
Yeah, the GHI Mojave clown. Yeah. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, he posted it
today.
Up.
Yesterday,
I think.
Locked up. Yeah, fucking insane that thing is. That's really, really nice. That is.
Yeah.
And much better than what I ever expected.
Yeah. Yeah, it blew me away as well. Definitely.
Really nice it was. But I suppose anything. Purple Passion was always one. But they're the ones that...
It's a lot of people's, that is.
Yeah, they catch your eye and you're like, wow, it's fucking purple. Well, it's not really, is it? But, you know, and then you're like... You realise how easy it is to make. then you realise it's a lick, and it's also a pain in the arse to identify the offspring. And yeah, again, it's like another fucking recessive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think one of the other one was mine was a bell, and like
Yeah.
I just thought, fuck it, I went and bought one. Right.
See, I
And
always wanted one, but I wanted to make
like
them.
9 months later, right? Because I
You
realised,
sold it.
I was like, when sort of the penny dropped, I was like, what am I actually going to breed this to?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was like. So I never wanted to buy one. I wanted to produce them. And again, last year, I paired the Firefly Spider Mojave Het Desert Ghost to a lesser. Had 9 eggs, and out of 9, I hit 3 bells.
Yeah. Nice.
And I was like, fucking wow, like sort of thing. And all 3 were male. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sold 2. And then I was going to hold the other one back. And I changed my mind last night and sold it last night. So yeah, if it was female, I'd keep it. But it's like, oh, it's nice to have a blue-eyed Lucy, and it's nice to have it. But it's a Mojave lesser. It's okay, you've got 2 different genes there, but
yeah,
it's also bell complex, and all right, it's possible Het Desert Ghost, but I don't want to waste females on a possible Het male. Where I'd rather waste, because for me, a possible Het male, if I put a pos Het male to a visual female and he don't prove out, that's a wasted clutch for me. She's gone through all that and not produced me visuals, whatever. Whereas if a female is possible Het and I put a visual male, if she don't prove out, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Everything's still going to be 100% Het anyway. But you know, it's not like a wasted clutch. Because if she don't prove out, then I could have done something else with her. If he don't prove out, sorry.
Yeah, I totally get you. So have you got eggs in the incubator in a minute, or?
No, I'm about 2 weeks away from eggs.
Okay.
She ovulated she pre-laid on the 16th of February. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
What was pairing there?
That was Firefly Leopard to lesser.
Okay.
So this probably one of my least exciting pairings this year.
Yeah.
But I really like the Leopard lessers.
You know what? Lesser. I had, like I say, I had a lesser Het Clown, I think, and I had a few other lesser bits. I was just like, oh, lesser. And then I've sort of like come full circle again. It's crazy how much that happens, because I think last year sometime I had about 5 or 6 different clown bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And now I'm buying clown shit again.
I had 1 clown male that I sold not long ago. It was Pastel Lesser Clown Male. But I've got my Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost. And the only reason why I wanted visual clown in my collection was to go to double recessive clown Desert Ghost. And I thought, if I've got Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost and a Pastel Lesser Clown, to make... I didn't want too much bell complex in the same project, so I just sold the clown. But to be fair, I'm moving more towards Mojave now, and I might end up flogging all my lesser stuff just to keep one line of bell complex in it, and that's it.
I think Mojave might be your pinstripe for me.
Yeah?
I just... like I say, I've got GHI Mojave, and it's Mojave on its own. Where, I'm not sure.
Not even the Mojave ID I've got. Het Desert Ghost.
Get it out.
She's just shed as well. Where is she? Not that one. Hang on, let me take them off. No. Hang on. Probably not going to be able to see her properly with camera.
It's all right. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I wouldn't mind that in my collection. All right, I'll take it.
That in visual is insane as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I like Mojave.
Okay.
And I think the Desert Ghost has quite a big influence on that as well. The het
Yeah.
cleans it up a lot. I think anyway.
But do you still own? I think you do. Do you still own the first snake you ever bought?
No, I did. He went to the pet shop last week.
Violin.
Because not to the pet shop. I messaged the pet shop. I was like, look, I've got a normal male adult, and he was my first. He's pet value. He's got no breeding value to me at all. I need the space in my racks for my projects. So I need to concentrate on my projects. Can you find him a pet home?
Right.
So they had a guy come in who owns snakes, loads of snakes, don't breed or nothing. He just likes having snakes. And yeah, he's taken him as a pet. So at least he's gone to a good home. I hope, anyway.
That's good. Yeah. I think I've still got my pastel. I think if I ran out of rack space, I'd probably buy a Viv and just have them on show, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded doing that. But I don't know. The thing is, a normal costs the same to feed and heat as a fucking powerhouse desert ghost, clown, whatever. You know, there's value in the snakes and what they can do for your collection. It costs the same to heat and feed and to look after. So
you say that. Mine drop feeds on chicks for 11 months of the year, and then 1 month he just goes absolutely wild.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, he just smatters everything. Like, he turns into a garbage for 1 month of the year. Like, yeah, I could probably feed him a large rat.
Yeah,
give it.
Take it.
Yeah, mental. Yeah, he's certainly a character. But I keep him around like the kids and that because I could trust 100%. Like,
mine was like chilled as fuck.
Yeah,
proper chilled. I've got one that I probably wouldn't get rid of, which is my big pastel girl. She lays big clutches, and she's just good for making hets and whatever. And she's just a big girl. She's like 4.5 kilos at her prime when she's in. I'm probably not going to pair her this year. She's taken so long bouncing back after last year, so she's going to have a year off. But she's absolutely smashing food at the minute. So
she might want to go.
Mojave OD Desert Ghosts are really nice. Yeah, they're really nice. Yoris has got the only visual I've ever seen. I think I've seen a pastel Mojave OD Desert Ghost, which I believe came from Yoris anyway. So yeah, he's got the only one that I've seen. I think he's produced 2 really nice ones.
But yeah, you're saying your female slamming food in a minute.
Yeah, so if she decides, if I see the right signs, then I will pair her.
Yeah.
If the pastel het puzzle's up to weight or producing or whatever, then he'll go in and see her because she lays big clutches. So it'll give me more chances of I could hit super pastels. It would only be pastel to pastel, but they could be het puzzles. So pastels, normals, and super pastels, possible het puzzles. They're good.
How many breeder males do you have?
Breeding this year. One. So pastel lesser desert ghost, OD het desert ghost, leopard het desert ghost, firefly leopard, and the pastel OD het ghost.
Okay. So what's that, about 5?
Yeah, that have been breeding this year, but I might as well say it on this podcast. I was going to do a YouTube video on it. I came in a couple of weeks ago, and the firefly leopard that's side the clutch that's due in 2 weeks, he was just belly up. Really? Came in, and he showed no signs. He ate like 3 days before, 2 or 3 days before.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. But yeah, just came in. He weren't overbred. He was paired to one female 3 times. She's ovulated and ready to go. So, yeah, I've just put it down to. I've spoke to a few people and they're like, it does happen. It could be underlying health issues that you never knew about, like liver failure, heart failure. Things happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get a post-mortem on it. I'm just. I've put him in the freezer for now just to preserve him. If anything else dies, then I'll look at problems within the collection. But for now, I've put it down as it was just underlying health issues, and because he weren't stressed, he was feeding, literally just came in and feeding, breeding, and just fucking belly up. I was gutted, but you know, when you speak to other people and they tell you that it happens, they've had it. So the more snakes you have, the more likely you are to have snakes die. That's just the way it is. So
true.
I was gutted about that. What's that?
What sort of size was he?
He was about 700 grams. Yeah, 700 odd grams.
Oh, shit, man.
But yeah, so luckily, I say it sounds horrible that I say this, but luckily he has sired a clutch and he hasn't gone completely to waste.
Yeah.
So hopefully I hit some nice bits out of that clutch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to do a video on it, and when she laid eggs, I was going to do the video and say, look, I would show you the sire, but he fucking decided to go belly up on me. But yeah, so
he actually died before the eggs came along.
Yeah, she hasn't laid yet. She's like 2 weeks away. Yeah. So she ovulated. She ovulated, and it was like a few days later I came in and he was fucking belly up. And I told a few people about it. I was like, fucking come in here, and he was just dead. I was like, what the fuck?
Probably knew his work was done. Right?
Yeah. yeah. My work is done.
Yeah.
I must go now.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I don't go on Facebook all that much.
No.
For obvious reasons.
Because it's full of cunts.
End up doing arguments a lot.
Yeah.
Just for putting my personal views across and stuff like that.
You're not allowed an opinion on Facebook unless you are part of their friendship group.
It's not having an opinion on Facebook. It's just people wind me up on Facebook. They're like, they've got this,
snowflakes,
100-gram snake in this fucking great fish tank, and they're going, my snake won't eat.
Yeah, no shit. The American groups are the worst.
Yeah.
There's some idiots. There's just idiots everywhere on Facebook. Instagram's all right because you can sort of pick and choose what you see, and you're always really just looking at nice snakes. Whereas Facebook, if you're on groups and whatever, everyone wants to be your friend. Yeah, it's like with Instagram, someone can follow you and you choose whether you follow them back or not. Facebook, if they want to be your friend, they're your friend, and that's it. They see everything you post, you see everything that fucking idiot posts, and whatever.
On Instagram as well, you know, pictures do have comments on there, but you tend not to even look at them, so you don't.
No.
There could be an argument going on in that picture.
Yeah, and you just don't see the argument, do you?
Just brush past it. Yeah. But getting back, I was on Facebook the other day, and there was a guy there. I think this was like a worldwide group, and he had a snake that was about 2 or 3 days away from laying. And died. So what he done? Opened it up and took. The eggs. Yeah. And posted all these pictures, and there was a massive argument going on. But I was kind of like, I think would you do the same? I think I would. The snake's already dead. You can't do nothing about it.
At that time, take that decision into yourself. Yeah. Don't post it on Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he had. They were pretty graphic pictures, I must admit.
Would I do the same? Probably, because that female's gone through all of that.
Yeah.
To produce those eggs. She's died in the process. So, because of her hard work, I'd want to get those eggs out and make sure they have a chance so that she hasn't died for no reason.
Yeah.
So, I probably would do the same. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it, but I certainly wouldn't post pictures on Facebook because that's just asking for everyone to come at you with their fucking torches and pitchforks. And
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah. Especially, the admins are a different kind of people on there as well.
Yes. Yes. All admins are cunts. I'm going to put that out there now. Even on the, am I allowed to say Racks to Riches on here?
Yeah.
Even on the Racks to Riches page, those admins are the biggest cunts. But at least they admit they're cunts.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I'm asking if I could say Racks to Riches. I was saying cunt. Am I allowed to...
Yeah, that's funny. Now, I was really glad when you actually decided to start doing a podcast as well.
Yeah.
Before you started before me, anyway. But thing was, do you actually listen back to yours once they go live?
Yeah, because because I listened to it about 5 times before it's. Because I don't know what you do with this. I don't know whether do you edit it down and then release it, or do you just release it straight out because it's been said live anyway and it's on YouTube and so I edit mine down and I obviously have the intro and the outro and all the shit when I'm talking to myself.
Yep.
So I have to listen to all that, make sure I haven't said anything stupid, make sure nothing's been said that's stupid between me and the guest that they might have said it but might not actually want it to go out, so I'd edit that out just to be on the safe side. So I listen and then I won't listen to it again. I'll upload it and then I'll start panicking like, oh fuck, have I edited it properly? So I'll listen back to it even though it's already released. People are listening to it. I'll listen back to it just while I'm at work. I'll plug it in and I hate the sound of my own voice. I know it's hard to believe, but
exactly.
But when I do YouTube, I'll film a video, I'll edit it, I'll upload it, and I never want to see it again.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Like, I'd never want to see it again, and I think it's a little bit different with the podcast, but the editing is harder with the podcast because it's such a video's 30 minutes max, podcast hour and a half, whatever, and all there is just little lines like this. In a video, you can visually scroll through and go, oh, I can see that I weren't talking in that bit. I paused for a moment. So what I'll do is I'll cut that out. I could see that I was just standing there getting a snake out. So I'll cut that bit out because I don't need to be there. Whereas with the audio, all you can see is lines. So you're like, I have to listen to that because I need to know what I said. And then... it's just the editing is harder with audio. I think I'm getting used to it. I'll just fucking move it all around, whatever. Add the music in and all that jazz.
This is already on YouTube, and that it stays on YouTube. But like any editing I do for like when you go through lip sync and whatever, all I do is take away the dead space at the beginning. That's it. Like 30 seconds. That's it, and then just bung it up. Whatever's whatever, But,
so if your guest starts calling out other breeders for a charity boxing match, you can't edit that out. It's there for everyone to see.
For the world to see, and for everyone to share, and get that message across to the other breeder.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll see it.
It will. I'm gonna post it to him. I'm gonna.
Yeah. See what Sam said.
Yeah. This sounds like fighting talk.
It's fighting talk.
Yeah, but I'm so the same. Like I hate my own voice. When I'm like, I've only done a few YouTube videos, but I can't the amount of time I take to do like one video is ridiculous. Yeah. Well, and I'm getting every time I fuck up, I know I'm fucking up. I'm getting warmer and warmer because normally I'm in the snake room.
Yeah.
Fucking nightmare. But I do it for one day I might look back and laugh at them, but or I might see an improvement. You never know. But I used to do like the editing and stuff before, because when I used to DJ before lockdown, being a DJ and that, I used to do a lot of videos like that for like promo stuff and that's quite easy. But like I've noticed I spent more time doing that because I wasn't actually talking. It was just like
Yeah.
DJing and stuff. But when I do a YouTube video, me talking, I'm just like, it's the quickest edit in the world. It's just like bang, 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 bang. Take that out. I'll put a bit of music over the top of there. Put the intro. Yeah, bang. Well, welcome. Yep, done. See you later. That does not exist anymore to me.
See, I've got so like, I'm quite like picky with my videos. So when I'm recording, if I say something and I mess up, then I'll turn the camera off and start again.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I watch some people's videos, and some people obviously don't care as much. But so they'll go like, okay, so today we're gonna what was I gonna say? And they've left that bit in.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd be distraught if I left that in. I'd be like, oh fuck. But, so every now and then I'll leave like a fucking blooper reel or something just to take the piss out myself, because I'm the biggest piss taker in the world. I'll take the piss out myself more than anyone else does. Which is why I upset people, because I expect people to take a joke as well as I do. Unfortunately, some people take a dick better than they take a joke. So yeah, I'm really like fussy with my editing, and now I pick up on other people's mistakes in editing, and it really annoys me that I pick up on it. Not that they've made mistakes, that I pick up on it. Even like changes in music as intros or transitions, as even like the changes, even in mine. So I changed up now that I have a certain music playing, same as on the podcast, that plays in on the intro and then fades out. And if I don't get that fade perfect with the change into the rest of the music for the video, I can pick up on it. I don't know whether other people can pick up on the music change. They're probably not paying that much attention. But I'm like, fucking hell, you can hear exactly when that music changes, and it does my head in. So I try and find ways to... So if someone else does it on their video, then I'll pick up on it. I'm like constantly looking out. I'm like subconscious. Even like little transitions, camera focuses and shit like that. If my camera doesn't focus straight away while I'm doing a clip of a snake or something, then I'll either start again or chop the bit out where it's not focused. And I'm just getting fussier and fussier with it, which is why I struggle to get videos out, because it takes me so long to edit. Mind you, I've probably chopped down my editing time now to about half an hour tops, because I know I go, right, I know exactly where that bit is, because I film it all in sections. I used to just turn the camera on and talk for about half an hour and then go through the whole video, cut that bit out, cut that bit. Whereas now I'll say a sentence, turn the camera off, and then think about what I've got to say next, and then turn it back on. Then I'll do the shout out of the week, whatever, get that bit out. And it's almost like my videos are structured now. So you have the intro, you see some nice pretty snakes with a bit of music, it fades out. I do the welcome back, please like, subscribe, comment down below, ting that notification bell, all that bollocks. Then I'll move into what I'm going to be talking about this week. Then before we do that, shout out of the week, do the little shout out of the week, all that jazz. Then, right, let's get into the subject. A few more transitions, a few more snakes. So I've built some structure to my videos now. And I know exactly how my videos are edited each time I do it. Sometimes I fuck up. I film the whole lot, get home, start editing. I go, fuck, I didn't film any of these little, I call them space fillers. I put the snake on the grass here or whatever, or in my hand or in the tub, and I just take a 5-second clip of the snake, and I just call them space fillers, because, and even if I don't show a snake the whole video, at least you've seen a snake in the video, because there's been something visually there for you to see. Because I used to do videos like, I'd do a whole video talking about, oh yeah, I'm just going to do a little update. So this snake's laid eggs, this snake's laid eggs, these eggs are hatched, and I haven't shown a snake throughout the whole video. So now, in case that happens, I have these little space fillers, just to, so that it's visually, you have seen some snakes. And even if there's a couple of second clips in between segments now don't do it enough, that's why I've now put in at the beginning, I have the little intro bit, 5 or 6 clips of snakes as the music fades into the thing.
Okay.
Built some structure to it now. And that's why I'm a superstar.
Yeah, I must admit, I was doing I think it was my last video. I can't remember what it was about, but like when I was recording it, I was like, please subscribe, ting the notification. I was like, fuck, I can't use that. Like Sam and Adam use that.
You can say it though, because
yeah, I know.
You should say it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, ting that notification bell. Yeah. I think I nicked it from Adam. And then say it at the end, and then just have the little slides in that say subscribe, like.
Yeah.
I'd do all that at the end. But yeah, it's even so like in the transitions where it goes from me talking to a few clips of snakes, the music volume goes up.
Yeah.
And then drops back down into me talking again, and try and So I was watching.
Right, the music you use, do you? Because I can only find tracks for like 2 minutes long, max.
Yeah, they are, and it's a pain in the ass.
Do you
just
have to
keep adding them in? Yeah, repeat them, and I make sure that if there's a slow build up into a song, because some of them are like, I'll cut that bit out and move them in so that it's instant thing. Okay. Sometimes, see, this is another thing I don't know if people notice, but sometimes that changeover will happen when the music's loud, and I pick up on it. I don't know whether other people do, but it will change over while the music's loud, and that's all you can hear.
I can say I've never noticed.
Yeah, hopefully no one's noticed, but I pick up on it and I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do. That's where the music lands. If I chop it down, then it cuts into a different part of the song and it'll be more obvious because it's offbeat. I just get so fucking into making sure it's perfect. So like I pick up on things. I was watching a video the other day and someone had backing music in, and then they added in like the little transition bits that are similar to what I do, but didn't pick the music up with it. Right, and the music was quiet, and it's like you're looking at these transitions with quiet music. I was like, that music needs to pick up to give you something.
When you're not walking, that needs to bounce up.
Yeah, that music's got to bounce up, and you sort of notice the difference then. Yeah, it's just, and it's so horrible thinking back that when I used to do videos without music, and it's just quiet, and all you can hear is me talking. That little bit of music in the background just adds a bit of what's it called? Ambience.
Yeah. I was saying about it tonight. Yeah. So, with your podcast, obviously, did you think you'd enjoy it as much as what you are?
I weren't really sure because I didn't have a fucking clue about anything. Like the mic, the editing. I spoke to James quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because he's all tech savvy and all that shit. And I was sending him like pictures of mics and that, going, is this one all right? Is that one all right? Is this all right? Is this software all right? And all that. I weren't really sure. I was excited because I'd thought about it for a little while. And then I put a post on Facebook and I was like, do you reckon I should do a podcast? And people were like, yeah, I think you'd be brilliant at it. Yeah. And then the thing that topped it off for me was Chris Eaton, Snakes and the Fat Man, commented on my post saying, I subscribed to your YouTube today and watched one of your videos. I definitely think you should do a podcast.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's it. Sold. I'm doing it. If Chris Eaton says I should do it, then I'm doing it. So that was it, yeah. And then because it gauged quite a bit of traction quite quickly, it's like within a week I bought a mic. I was watching YouTube videos on how to do a podcast. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? But it's like how to edit and shit like that, and all that jazz. And then we had one trial run, which was me, James, and Steve, just trying out the mics and trying the software. And then I was like, right, I think I've got this, and that was it. Yeah. And now I'm excited about it because I put the first one out and I was nervous as fuck. I was anxious. My anxiety was going through the roof all day. And then people were starting to come back with good feedback. And then the downloads were looking pretty good. They don't look great But for a podcast, I was speaking to James, and James was explaining to me how many downloads is good for a podcast compared when you look at YouTube and how many views are and how good that is compared to a podcast. It's like 132 downloads a month on a podcast puts you in the top 50%.
Okay.
So on average over 4 episodes, I was up to 1,000 downloads. Before this one went up today, it was like 1,127, I think. Not that I'm keeping track, but that's over 4 episodes. So that puts me in the top 50%, which, when you think of all the podcasts out there, I could either take it as my podcast is quite good, or there's a load of shit podcasts out there. Yeah. I'm going to take it as there's a lot of shit out there to manage to get into the... Because it's not a lot of downloads that I've had, but it's enough to put me... And it's enough to make me enjoy it, and it's going up and up each week. Yeah. And, I'm just enjoying it now. Yeah, that's why I was taking a step back from YouTube, really, just to concentrate on it. But with the YouTube, if I have a technical difficulty, which I haven't ever had, because it's sort of like, if my camera dies, then I'll recharge it and do it in a bit. Yeah. But with this and losing the audio last week, it fucked me off. I was like, I was almost like, why am I even bothering with this? I'm relying on fucking technology and connections, and it's not something I'm in control of myself. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It's fucked. Yeah. So, yeah. A bit pissed off at that, but, you know.
Yeah. Like you say, with the numbers, though, like the podcasts, the episodes aren't going anywhere, so they're only going to get more and more.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, like you say, you've only been going for a month. A month? Yeah.
Yeah, episode 5 went out today, so...
Yeah. So
6 weeks. It would have been episode 6 because last week fucked up. So 6 weeks.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, but the more you go, the more people are going to hear about it. And, then I know I'm doing it. At the minute, I'm going through MJ backlog of listening to, like, ones from right at the beginning.
Yeah, even I do. Like, I've listened to all of MJ's, but he does it weekly, doesn't he? So I try and keep up with that.
I think he's doing about 2 a week at the minute.
Yeah, he's going a bit mad, so it's hard to keep up with. But I've listened to all of Snakes and the Fat Man, all of Bullshit. But then I've probably listened to them all about 4 or 5 times each. Because I just like it, and especially building up to me doing this podcast, I was listening to them more to sort of gauge a structure to the show.
Yeah.
And I still haven't found a structure. Not like I've fine-tuned my YouTube. I need to fine-tune the podcast now.
What are you saying? You're still winging it at the minute?
I'm still winging it, mate. Still winging it.
You're not doing a bad job winging it,
It's going all right.
So I know, obviously, you've got your snake room being built at yours, and I know you don't want to take the racks behind you.
No.
What sort of direction are you going with your racks? Do you know yet?
But still haven't made my mind up. That'll be something I decide when it's built and it's done and it's ready for racks. Then it'll be all dependent on funds.
Yeah.
And because ideally I'd like to kit the room out all at once.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably not going to be possible with funds because it's going to be a lot of money to buy and just to have empty racks sat there for a couple of years. So I will do it in sections, but I haven't fully decided yet. No.
I was looking at changing. I've got alu at the moment, but I've got.
I do like the look of alu racks. Yeah.
I've got all the Vision tubs though. I want to change them over to the LP, possibly. But then I was thinking maybe go LP racks
with Freedom Breeder tubs.
I just fucked that up. I was like, that was.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. So the FB tubs, but then obviously Brexit has fucked that right up.
Yeah, a little bit, innit?
Yeah.
But I think it actually works out cheaper to buy LP and alu now. or LP anyway. Definitely LP, because what LP have done is they've taken off their service tax, whatever, which was 25% tax.
Okay.
So they've taken that off, and you will pay import tax, which is only 20%, I think.
Okay. Oh, shit.
When it gets to the thing, yeah, because where are they based? Somewhere in Europe, whatever country, Holland
LP,
or something.
No, LP's Denmark.
Denmark. Okay, yeah, that's it, Denmark. So in Denmark, their tax rate is 25% or something like that.
Okay.
This is what I've read. The numbers might not be 100% correct, but that's basically it. So what they've done is your final payment through LP will be without that tax on, and you will pay the tax on the import coming in, which is only 20%. So you actually get them cheaper than what they were before.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's what I've heard. Don't hold me to that.
Yeah, no, I will look into it. But I've also spoke to Richard Dedman as well, and
yeah, his rack's cool.
Yeah. So I was speaking to him. I did say after, like, once we're allowed out to play, go and actually have a hands-on look.
You're not too far from him anyway, are you?
No, I'm Ipswich. He's Romford, I think.
Yeah, he's Essex way, I think. Yeah,
I think just over an hour.
Yeah,
it's nothing nowadays.
I've seen them. They do look the nuts. Someone was saying the other day that they can see the prices increasing though, because apparently the prices of steel have just gone up.
Yeah, that's what he did say to me. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. So
but they do look the nuts. They're well thought out, and they're a nice looking rack. So
yeah. So we're nearly 2 hours in for this.
Fucking hell.
I know.
Longest podcast I've ever done.
Longest podcast I've ever done. So I've got a little treat for you.
A little treat.
Obviously, at the end of your podcast, you asked a load of questions.
Yeah.
I've written those questions down, mate. I'm going to ask you.
Go on then, let's have it. I had a feeling something like this was coming.
Right. What's your favourite morph?
Desert Ghost.
Okay. Yeah.
Easy.
All right. Non-recessive.
Non-recessive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say leopard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strong start. All right. I know this because I know you've already said it on a podcast, but for people who haven't listened, hidden talent.
I can solve a Rubik's Cube. And I've done it the other day after my podcast and put it on Facebook, and it was probably under 2 minutes in the end, I think. Pretty impressive stuff, baby.
Yeah, man. Like,
that was something I think I saw someone do one on YouTube or something, and I was like, I want to do a Rubik's Cube. So I went on Argos, ordered one, and I was like, this can't be that hard to do.
Yeah.
And then it probably took me about 2 weeks to learn it. But once I'd done it, I was like, fucking done it.
So
and then there's certain algorithms to it.
Right.
You got to do it layer by layer, algorithms. But yeah, it took me ages to get it the first time. I kept fucking up and starting over. Because I was getting confused, I was starting all the way from the beginning. And then I finally got it. And then after that, I've not forgotten how to do it since.
Yeah. I've attempted one once and I was hammered at the time. It's basically, there was an after party at my mate's house. We went back there. He had one and I was sitting there doing it for ages. And basically everyone fell asleep. So in the end, I took all the stickers off and
stuck them back on.
In the morning that I'd done it. Yeah. Okay. So when you was a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
So my lifelong dream until the age of 19 was Now, this is very controversial, and it's not something that I like anymore. But I wanted to be a killer whale trainer.
Okay.
At either like SeaWorld or one of the parks in Europe.
Yeah.
That was a lifelong dream. As I grew older,
You understood.
I understand. Right, so I absolutely love killer whales. I've got a tattoo of a killer whale on my chest, whatever.
Right.
I don't like the fact they're in captivity, but I can accept the fact that they are, and I understand the species enough to know that they can't be released into the wild for multiple reasons. It's been done before. You know the whale from Free Willy? Yeah. His name was Keiko. He was released into the wild and died. He didn't last long. He was too used to human interaction, couldn't leave humans, whatever. Different story. So I understand, I have enough knowledge on that to know that they can't be. So I also understand that while they're in captivity, there is people that need to look after them. So once I grew up, I got past the point of, I want to do that because I want to swim with killer whales and make them perform, to the point of, I just want to do it because I want to look after them. They need someone to look after them. And then I got to the point of, I was doing animal care at college, and I was like, that's probably not the route I'm going to take now. And I was probably going to go and study them in the wild and go on to do like marine biology and shit like that. Yeah. I met my missus, got her pregnant twice, got married, and now I'm a roofer and a snake breeder. So the thing is, I was always destined to work with animals, which is probably why I took this so seriously. They're not the same as killer whales, but they're easier to look after than killer whales, and I can have more in one room. So
I'm laughing because I can just imagine you, like, you want to be this like killer whale trainer, and you go to college and you're like, what do you mean you haven't got a killer whale?
Thing is, I went to college and I told them exactly what I wanted to do, and they set up a subject once about animals in captivity and that, and they wrote out like the typical fucking animal anti-activist write up on a killer whale that's at Miami Seaquarium, just one on its own, and wrote this bullshit story. I knew everything there was to know about this whale at the time, and just fucking threw the shooter under the bus basically and destroyed her with all my knowledge.
So, follow-up question: how many times have you seen Free Willy?
Wow, I actually watched it the other day.
Did you really?
I actually did. Yeah, I did. But yeah. But I can't even put a number on that. Growing up, I swear, like, I used to go to SeaWorld a lot. My dad used to take us to Florida, mum and dad, and we used to go to SeaWorld. I took the kids to Florida last year, and we went to SeaWorld. And I'm even at that point now where my son asked not a trainer there, but someone that is just working there, why the whales' fins are bent over, and like the dorsal fins, and she was like, oh, actually in the wild, like 70% of the whales, stop talking shit. Right, this is what pisses me off about SeaWorld is we've all accepted that, well, not all of us, but I've accepted the fact that they're in captivity and they shouldn't be, but they are. You have accepted the fact that they shouldn't be in captivity, or you pretend to think you have. You don't need to keep lying and justifying why they are. Just do what you're doing now. So I got a bit pissed off with her. I've probably rambled on about that question a bit too much now.
No, that's good. Yeah. Okay. A day in someone else's shoes, who would it be?
Eminem.
Okay.
Or whoever's with Eminem for the day.
So you want Eminem to launch one up here?
No.
Oh, right. I thought you meant female-wise.
No, like...
Yeah.
I could be Dr. Dre for the day and just spend the day with Eminem as his buddy.
Okay. All right.
We'd get like...
in the studio.
Yeah, we'd get like fucking KFC or something, some chicken, some food, just chill out in the studio. And I'd like give him the hardest rap battle he's ever had in his life.
Okay.
I can't rap for shit, so don't even ask me.
I was considering it, and I thought, yeah, you might be full of shit here. Yeah, that would have come up in your hidden talent, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I can rap. What?
Spit some
Hi.
Right. Favorite film?
Easy. Forrest Gump.
Is it really? Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay.
I love you, Jiddy.
It's strong.
You thought it was going to be Free Willy, didn't you? That's up there in my top 5.
I did. I thought it was
I can give you my top 5 right now.
running.
Forrest Gump. In no particular order, but Forrest Gump first. Forrest Gump, Free Willy, Jurassic Park, 8 Mile, and... Oh, shit, what was the other one? It's obviously not in my top 5 anymore because I've forgotten it. Never mind. There's my top 4.
All right. I think... What would be mine? Oof. I reckon, in no particular order, 3 that stand out are probably Shawshank Redemption,
It's a good film.
Dark Knight,
Yeah.
and Die Hard with a Vengeance. Yeah, that's the random one, but I could probably watch.
Pretty
all
solid.
day.
Snatch.
Yeah.
Snatch was the last one.
Oh,
Number
Snatch.
5 is Snatch.
Quality.
Yes.
Quality. What's your favourite word?
Cunt.
Yeah, that must. Yeah, the more you ask that, I reckon that's going to be like 90% of everyone's answer.
It's got to be, surely. I'd use it all day, every day. I work on building sites, and it's just thrown around so casually. Cunt.
Yeah,
Cunt for everything.
I was a skilled labourer for 14 years. So,
Yeah.
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? These are my own questions, and I can't even think of answers. Who inspires me? In the reptile hobby, I'd say the one person that inspires me the most is Darren Hughes.
Yeah.
100% Darren Hughes. He's just the nicest bloke ever.
Yeah.
Like,
no one's got a bad word about
I've never heard anyone say a bad word about him. And if I did, I'd probably punch him in the mouth for him. Like, honestly, he's just the nicest bloke. He's helped me loads. What's them laugh his faces for, Toby?
I don't know.
Which part was that for? Yeah, I just like the way that he is as a person. He inspires me as a person, not as a... That sounds horrible saying not as a breeder, because he's a fucking brilliant breeder and he's got some quality animals. But I mean, him as a person, just the way he gets on with everyone, he's just nice. He'd do anything to help people more than what I would. So that's probably why he inspires me, to be a better person. So Darren Hughes.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet. I spoke to him on the phone. Like, we were chatting. He was like, "Oh, just give me your number. I'll give you a call." And like, that's the thing with this hobby. Like, a lot of people are just like, "Nah, just call me."
Yeah, exactly.
I was you're like, shit. I haven't used the phone in about 6 months. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
this is the weird thing. Like I said to my missus before, like when I was first coming into this, I was watching like Paul and Gav on YouTube all the time, and this might sound all fucking like real whatever, but to us as newbies coming in and you watch them, they are like celebrities on YouTube, especially as big as they are on YouTube, big of an impact, how long they've been doing it, all their breeding, whatever. To us, within the industry, they are, and for me to come in not knowing anything, watching their videos, oh, hang on, I can ring Gav or Paul whenever I want now because I've got their number on my phone and I'm good friends with both of them. And it's like weird, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So it's hard to explain to people because they're not real celebrities, but in the industry, they're people that we look up to. So in our eyes, they are. They're not Hollywood A-listers, but it's hard to explain. Like Justin Kabelka, like, do you know what I mean? He come on my live and I got all fangirly about it. But and I can imagine that's the same with most, and with Brian, and these are people that all of us look up to. I don't care if you say you don't or what, but we all do. Just because people I hate YouTubers and all that, shut the fuck up. Like, they do more for the hobby than you do sitting in your room moaning about YouTubers.
So I can completely relate to that. I mean, I remember, like I say, the last show at Donny I went to, I think I'd just started watching Gav's videos.
Yeah.
And I see him there, and I'm kind of like, I'm sure that's that Gav from YouTube. I'm just looking at the snakes he's got there, and I can't even look him in the eye. Like, and then, like, randomly enough, actually the other day, he said, "Give me a call for something." And me on the phone, I was like, "Oh, like, yeah,
it's just mental. A long way." Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it shows, even though they are big within the hobby, but they're also decent people as well, because they're willing to speak to scumbags like me and you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like I said to my missus, I was like, it's weird because I looked up to them, and now I'm on a level where I'm friends with them, and it's almost like I've obviously done something right. I haven't produced anything amazing, whatever, but I'm obviously doing something right to be friends with these people. Even Darren, man. Like, I admit this now. We all used to watch Predator BP back in the day, when it was good, when Darren and Eric and everyone was on it.
What you're talking about, mate.
But, like, I used to watch that and be like, oh, fucking hell, like, they seem like great guys. And then meeting them at Donny, and then now, like, I'm really, really, really close with Darren, and like speak to him all the time, and that's why Darren's my inspiration.
Yeah. He seems like a wicked bloke. He's contagious. Like, I think, like, he's just personality is very.
Oh, he's hyperactive.
Yeah. He's
hyperactive.
He's
gives off good energy.
He's one of the guys, as soon as I see he's going live on Instagram, I'm right there. Straight away. Like,
he's just got good energy. He's a good laugh. He can't go 2 seconds without cracking a joke about something. A lot of the time they go over my head. I'll be on the phone having a serious conversation with him, and he'll crack a joke, just slide it in there, and then he'll go, I go, what? He goes, oh, you didn't hear that? Oh, what'd you say? He was like, nothing. It went straight over your head. But he's a diamond bloke, he is.
Yeah. I've got one extra question that I think you should start asking on your podcast, all right?
Go on, then.
Can you smell sperm?
Don't know. Let's ask Jared. Jared? Jared? Can you smell that, Jared?
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that there, mate. I think.
We'll leave that there. Jared? Jared?
We need to have a serious conversation about, who gets the rights to have them on their podcast first. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you take that if you want.
We'll talk about it later. Things have just kicked up a notch in the comments.
Jared?
Yeah. What are we doing today?
Jared. I watched one the other day, and Jared turned into Will, I think. Will? Something like that. Weren't Jared anymore. Jared's dead.
Where's
Jared? Buried in the garden, probably.
Mandy.
Jared? Can you smell that, Jared?
Okay, one more question.
Go
Most
on.
important question in the world. Big scissors or little scissors?
I'll show you my scissors.
What the fuck? Three times I've asked this question. Everyone's got out their fucking scissors.
You ready? These are massive.
Yeah. Cut hair with them.
Yeah. They're just little tiny ones that I keep in my probe kit. Everything's sterilised after every egg cut. And I'll keep them there because you get a little probe, have a little dig about in there without disturbing the animal too much.
Okay.
I am going to invest in some bigger ones though, because they're a fucking pain in the ass. So big
Really?
scissors
Big scissors,
is my answer. Yes.
So like, do you like cut across the top, or do you go round like Gav does?
So I pinch across, do the Billy method and cut across the top. See, Gav and Paul both cut round, don't they? And then give it a little look and then cover a bit back up. I was thinking about trying that, but I don't know.
I just found that more natural, more easier for me. I don't know why.
What I like about it, what I like about it is they can cut round, and then that flap can cover back up, and the snake's now protected. With cutting straight up the centre, like I have been doing, is it does, because you've pinched it together, it takes off such a small bit of egg, but it does open them up quite a bit. Yeah, I find so. Whatever, different courses for different horses and all that jazz. Yeah.
Anyway, mate, I appreciate your time. 2 hours 11 minutes, mate. Bang.
It's been a long one. I've enjoyed it. I know I said I don't like the sound of my own voice, but I obviously fucking do, because we've been sat here for. Listen, I could talk for 24 hours, mate. Let's do it. Let's go. 24 hours. Come on, we've only got 22 left.
Fuck, I ain't got no Red Bull, mate. It's not going to work.
We've got 22 left. Let's go. Yeah. I'll call in sick. I'm not going to work tomorrow.
I only get 4 hours on this anyway, mate. It's never going to work.
Is that it? Maxed out 4 hours?
Yeah. And then obviously, you know as well as I do, I've only got a set amount on Lipsin to put each month.
Yeah. Each month you only get a certain amount, yeah.
I'm going to have to drop at least 200 quid on that for a 24-hour one.
Hopefully this don't take too much up. We're only at the beginning of the month as well.
Exactly. You might have to cause me to miss a week.
Do it in 2 episodes, mate. Double trouble. That'll be good.
Wicked, mate. I'll definitely want to get you back on. I'm thinking about getting a load of people.
Do like a group one. I'm thinking about doing the same, yeah.
I could have up to about 10 people on here.
Can you?
So yeah, that'd be pretty wicked. Like
everyone talking at once.
Yeah. Maybe a bank holiday or something. I'll have to sort that out and get.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
I just want to get people who could talk forever. I'll just sit here like that.
Not ask anything.
And just taking it in.
Has anyone heard anything from Liam?
Yeah.
He's still here. He's like in the kitchen.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But wicked, mate. Wicked. I appreciate your time, and it's been wicked.
No worries at all. When's this going out, tomorrow? Or straight up?
Well, it'll be fucked, to be honest. A bit like you, mate. Like.
Yeah.
I can't be
finding time in it. I try not to put too much pressure on myself. I wish I never set it as I'm releasing every Wednesday, because now that pressure's there. But got to grind for it, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm sure I'll speak to you soon, before long.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Thanks everyone who's joined. I haven't been keeping an eye on the comments because my phone keeps locking and I can't see them. I pressed something and it all disappeared earlier, so fuck it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Wicked.
Cool. Cheers,
mate. Bye. Wicked people, right? That was awesome. I had no expectations it wouldn't be. So, like I say, if it's your first time, please give me a like. Give me a follow on Instagram, Facebook. Well, not really Facebook, because fuck Facebook. But yeah, anyway, leave a comment on the video, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. I'm out of here. See you later.